Hi everyone, my name is Megan, and my article is about school absenteeism and academic achievement and how the reason for absence matters. So, a little bit of background: school absenteeism is negatively associated with students' academic achievement. So, the goal of this study in particular was to determine which form of absence is most detrimental to academic achievement so that they can find possible interventions and so that they can decide which one requires the most attention. So, overall absences are the proportion of days that a student was absent from school, regardless of the reason. But one reason that I wanted to focus on specifically is exceptional domestic circumstances. And these are absences that are due to an accident or illness, or a period of severe or critical illness of a close relative, or a domestic crisis causing severe disruption to the family home. And I wanted to focus on this one because it is related closely to ACEs or early life adversity. So, their research questions are to what extent are overall school absences associated with academic achievement at the end of compulsory schooling? To what extent are overall school absences associated with academic achievement at the end of post compulsory schooling? And their third is, do these associations vary with the type of school absence? These are truancy, sickness, exceptional domestic circumstances, and family holidays. So their methods, this was a longitudinal study conducted in Scotland. They had a sample size of around 6,000. They looked at two student cohorts in their last year of compulsory schooling in 2007 and 2008, and academic achievement was measured using grades from standardized testing. So their results were that all reasons for absence are negatively associated with academic achievement, but that associations were more strongly negative for family holidays and exceptional domestic circumstances. Something interesting was that previous academic achievement could reduce these associations by 1/3 for exceptional domestic circumstances, and all associations are statistically significant, with exceptional domestic circumstances having the highest magnitude of effect. And some possible interventions that they listed were having tutoring during or after school, strengthening parental involvement in schooling at home. And an example of this would be like giving parents clear guidance on how to help their children catch up on any missed class content. So if you look at table one, this talked about how, on average, a percentage point increase in days of absence due to like exceptional domestic circumstances, for example, would cause a drop by 0.02 standard deviations. Um, and so, like any, you can, if you look at all of these, they're all negative. They're all, around 0.02 to 0.04. And then if you look at table three, specifically the M4 column, if you look at exceptional domestic circumstances, that has a negative 0.07 value. So this means that missing out on school due to exceptional domestic circumstances was more strongly associated with reduced academic achievement than any of the other reasons here. If you look, all of them have lower numbers than exceptional domestic circumstances. So for the relation to class content, we discussed in class that children who do well in school are going to aspire to do more in life. They'll have higher self-esteem. They'll exhibit less deviant behavior. And if you look at the results of this study, we can see how a reduction in academic achievement due to adverse home experiences can impact these effects and negatively impact the rest of a child's life. And I wanted to connect specifically how exceptional domestic circumstances, while it's not always going to be like things related to early life adversity or ACEs specifically, there is that impact there. And you can see how, because this one was the highest for a lot of these like tables and results that they got, you can see how these could affect like um, children later in life, and they might not have lower self-esteem, or they're not going to be as excited. And that's it. Thank you.